In an interview conducted by comicbook.com, Kevin Feige, the head of Marvel Studios, revealed that Riri Williams, aka Ironheart, will make her debut in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. The character will be played by actress Dominique Thorne, an exciting new talent who was cast in the role only just last year. Thorne was one of the few new talents announced to be part of a fresh new slate of Marvel Studios shows at the Disney's Investors Day presentation. The unknown talent won the 2015 Young Arts Award in Spoken Theatre. Having only seen a snippet of the performance online, I was completely invested in her as an actress. She then went on to win the 2015 US Presidential Scholar in the Arts. The prestigious award is given out annually to scholars based on academic achievement, personal characteristics, leadership and service activities, and writing ability. The actress, while fairly new, has had an incredible range of projects since breaking into the industry. Thorne made her debut in the 2018 Barry Jenkins romantic drama, If Beale Street Could Talk, where she played a supporting role. Next up, she had a prominent role in this year's Judas and the Black Messiah, where she starred alongside Daniel Kaluuya and Lakeith Stanfield. Thorne played Judy Harmon, a devoted member of the Black Panther Party. I'll tell you right away if you need a reason to get excited for her as Riri, and to see how incredibly gifted she is. Just look at the film. Thorne is almost unrecognizable in the role, because she completely commits to it in a way that I fully bought into her character. To see such a young actress deliver up such a convincing performance shows how versatile she can be, but also the potential she has, when given the right role, to showcase her range as an actress. Now that I've given you some background on the talent, let's get into who Riri Williams is. Most people wouldn't be familiar with Riri Williams because she's a relatively new creation conceived by Brian Michael Bendis, the comic book writer and artist who created Miles Morales. In the comics, Riri is a 15-year-old engineering student studying at MIT. Due to her high-level intellect, the teenager ends up retreating into her own mind, becoming an introvert. Riri begins working on a suit of armor that's made up of an old Iron Man model and material she steals from her campus. Being a super genius, she's able to reverse engineer the technology and create her own prototype armor. It's not long before she dons the suit and draws the attention of Tony Stark himself. The hero endorses the teenager, who then continues on his legacy when tragedy strikes and puts him out of commission. Riri is aided by an artificial intelligence based on Tony Stark and later her deceased best friend, who she recreates as her own personal AI. As Ironheart, she has come into her own as a hero and as part of a new team of legacy characters known as the Champions. Okay, let's go back to Dominique Thorne. Following her casting in 2020, it was revealed that she would be headlining Ironheart, an exclusive series for Disney+. Since then, we haven't heard much news regarding the character until now. Now that Thorne is appearing in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, does that mean she will have a significant role in the sequel, or just a small supporting role that will build up to her solo show? I think it's most likely the latter, that she is being included in the film to plant the seeds for the future Disney Plus show. Since Wakanda was such a prominent location in the first Black Panther movie, it's safe to say that this sequel will continue to take place mostly in a fictional nation. But we may also visit some new locations outside of the nation that may tie into the overall narrative of the story. I'm doubtful that the Wakandans would seek out Riri for help by visiting her in her hometown of Chicago, Illinois. Instead, it's most likely that she'll be visiting the country as a tourist, or maybe through an exchange program. At the end of Black Panther, and further in the post-credit scene, we saw T'Challa decide to open up the borders of his nation to the rest of the world. His actions was a breaking tradition for the nation that has always kept to themselves in the past, allowing the world to think that they are a simple country, when in fact, they are the most advanced nation on the planet due to vibranium. Now that the borders are open up to outsiders, and T'Challa took it upon himself to start outreach centers to better equip various communities, then it's likely that Riri is someone who took advantage of that opportunity. The young woman could have even made contact with Shuri, who would be in charge of science and information exchange. Maybe they bonded by being geniuses in their own right. In the MCU, Shuri is considered the smartest person on the planet, so meeting someone who can keep up with her genius, like Riri, who is equally brilliant, would give her a reason to be in Wakanda. If that's the case, then it's going to be interesting seeing the banter between Letitia Wright, whose character is energetic and engaging, compared to Riri, who is more introverted. I can easily picture both actresses on screen together in a lab, going through scientific jargon that would fly over the average person's head. So that's one way to introduce Riri that would feel more organic while keeping much of her comic book roots in place. Another way would be to have her be a Wakandan to explain why she is such a gifted engineer. Maybe she's one of many prodigies that the country has reared. Although I feel that would somehow take away from her character and radically change her to the point she's less special. Having every female genius from Wakanda would seem too convenient. It would also mean retroactively changing her background, which is one that is full of tragedy. The inventor lost her father before she was even born. At 13 years old, long after her mother had remarried, her stepfather and her best friend both died in a drive-by shooting. Something like that wouldn't be able to come to fruition if she's from Wakanda, where more or less the entire nation and its people are all rich and peaceful. Not that the country is without its problems, but things such as crime and gun violence, they are more common in America and wouldn't be a major problem in Wakanda. She wouldn't have to scavenge for parts or resort to stealing to get the materials necessary to build her suit. So I'll stick to my first theory. Some people might be wondering why a character closely tied to Iron Man would be appearing in a Black Panther movie. Or they might not be too concerned with the specifics, since this is a shared universe where characters can cross over, given the right story and the overall roadmap that the filmmakers and Kevin Feige has planned out for the franchise. Going back to the source material, Ironheart has had ties to Wakanda in his story arc, which finds the hero in pursuit of the Ten Rings, a criminal organization within the comics. Riri finds herself in Wakanda at the request of her mentor Tony Stark. There she meets Shuri, who doesn't quite hit it off with the hero. But over the course of the story, the two bond, and by the conclusion of their adventure, Riri becomes an honorary Wakandan and a sister to the princess. It will be interesting to see what the filmmakers take from this adventure, or maybe they are just using the basis of this crossover, which is essentially two black female characters teaming up. The next question is, will she suit up as Ironheart? I think it's unlikely. They will introduce her as Riri and not bring in her superhero identity until she is the star of her own show. I'm fine with that. I think so much will be going on in Wakanda Forever that will keep us too occupied to focus on a new hero. While I'm not a huge fan of the Riri Williams character, I'm very much looking forward to the MCU version of the hero, who will make people more aware of the character. Dominique Thorne is sure to be an amazing inclusion in Black Panther 2. She will be a pleasant surprise for comic book fans and for the general audience, who would be curious enough to want to see more from the actress in her own solo series, which is still in the pipeline. The rising star is some ways off from being a household name, but this will be a nice boost to her profile, setting her up for a bigger role in the cinematic universe. I can't wait to see her on screen and what she will bring, however big or small her role will be in the upcoming film. It's great we are getting more casting announcements, but I would love to know the synopsis to get a general idea of where they are taking the sequel. Maybe sooner rather than later? So what are your thoughts? Are you excited to see Ironheart make her debut in the MCU? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways folks, that's all for now. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed the show. Please feel free to subscribe, like and comment below. And hey, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea. And that's okay. Just remember to take care and stay safe.